No.
I've got other sort of critters we can use, though.
Okay.
No, I've got a snake story left. We're good.
Okay, good. At
You
least
won't
one
like
snake story, or probably two. Yeah.
You won't like it.
I'm not a big snake guy.
No.
Anyway, if you like snake stories,
You know that Jim Stafford song?
yes, and spiders and snakes.
Spiders and Snakes?
Yeah.
Google it. It's a weird throwaway tune. But I don't like spiders or snakes. I am, however, not like the guys on The Big Bang. I can at least kill the spiders.
Right. Wolf spiders, brown spiders. I'm happy to.
After there's that momentary revulsion, but
It's like, holy Pete, what's your name anyway, pal? So, if you like spiders and snakes, you got to know that ain't what it takes to love me.
Ooh.
Just like, subscribe, and follow. And if you find a spider or snake story you think we could destroy, send it to TITR@netradio.net.
But please warn us.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Like a scene out of a horror movie. Michelle Lesbrin returned. I wish I could do the LaFontaine voice. I really
Right.
do. Michelle Lesbrin returned to her Tucson home to find a snake had set up camp in her toilet. Okay, everyone raise your hand that, yeah. I've been gone for 4 days, she said, and was looking forward to using my own restroom in peace. Thank you. Well, I can understand that.
Well, I'm sure she used the restroom, if not the toilet.
I lifted up the lid and he or she was curled up. Lesbrin told the Associated Press, thank God the lid was closed. Well, come on. It's a girl's restroom. Of course it's going to be closed. Lid down, top down. I get it. Where was I? Oh, the hysterical. Oh, you should be ashamed of yourself. Whoever wrote this at AP. The hysterical encounter happened in July.
Mm-hmm.
But Lesbrin has been getting messages from family, friends, and even people she went to high school with ever since Rattlesnake Solutions, a Phoenix-based company that removed the snake, recently posted an employee's video of the incident.
Mm.
The 20-second video shows the snake being pulled out of the toilet bowl and then hissing straight at the camera because, let's be honest, he's a diva. She's a diva. The snake is a diva.
Diva.
She said, everybody has the same reaction. Oh, my God, that's my worst nightmare. It's not my worst nightmare, but it's definitely top 5. Easily top 3.
My fear involves actually being there when the snake arrives.
And the snacky and the bunny.
Or,
Thereabouts.
Uh-huh.
Just go with me on this.
Nether regions.
And suddenly we're back to
Sophomores.
serenity.
Yay.
It involves batteries, and I don't want to get into it. Other people thought it was a prank video, that the snake was just a prop. Listen, Michelle says, even my partner, a law attorney, was like, nice gag. She's a personal injury attorney, so that snake better.
Better watch its piece.
Lesbron says that her father tried to wrangle the snake first that same night, but it slithered away. So she called Rattlesnake Solutions the next morning. It took the handler, who Lesbron calls my hero, 3 days. I would too. 3 tries to get the black and pink coach whip snake firmly in his grasp. He was able to wrestle that rascal with one hand. Not one hand tied behind his back, one hand on his cell phone and one hand snake wrangling. Because we are a stupid species.
Right.
This is part of the story I don't understand.
Okay.
The handler later released the snake, which measured between 3 feet and 4 feet long. Between?
So 3.5 feet.
You couldn't get... You had the thing. Measure it. Let it go.
Catch and release.
Yeah, and this is, by the way, if you do that, don't do the thing with the snake that kids do with the fish, kiss and release. It's just not. Yeah, no. Brian Hughes, there's a great meme about that with frogs.
Yeah.
He kissed a frog, turned into a prince, and later all their kids are little frogs. It's very funny. Brian Hughes, the owner of Rattlesnake Solutions, said it wasn't the first time his staff had seen a coach whip snake in a home, though it's rare to find the reptiles in residences. Fortunately for the young attorney lady, the species is non-venomous. That really doesn't matter.
Well,
honestly,
it
does
uses my mind just slightly.
But there's still the bite. And that
right.
is going to happen, venom or no, and they have fangs to do that with. So, After her reptile run-in, she says she's used her guest bathroom for the better part of 3 weeks before finally feeling comfortable enough to go back on her own. Although she says she will no longer go into the bathroom without the light on and always ever so carefully peeks under the lid first.
I'd be walking in with a shotgun.
I would be moving. We have the remodel of our upstairs bathroom going on.
Yeah.
Not enough. I'd be gone. Rob, you can stay if you want, but I'm moving. I'm not. No.
You're gonna have to put a wire
Listen, they
mesh
probably
somewhere.
they probably have already said something on Snake Yelp, and other snakes are looking at this place and it's no.
No.
Snakes have Yelp? I hope not. Oh, please.
Guy runs a small business catching and relocating venomous snakes from people's yards and public areas. He's from Australia. And
Riley.
And Australia is, on top of the list for deadliest snakes in the world.
Australia is on the top of the list for a lot of things.
He gets biggest spiders in the world, for that matter.
I mean, even besides the Hemsworth brothers, okay?
I get a phone call one morning from a very anxious person saying they have a black snake in their yard. From the accent, it sounds like they're not local to Australia. Can you see the snake right now? Yes, it's right beside the kids' pool. Come get it now. Okay, sir, slow down a moment and give me your address.
Do you have a hatchet?
And just to advise, it's a X total call out fee, even if the snake moves away. Right? So you aren't going to drag this guy to your house for nothing.
Well, yeah. It's like if you cancel your dental appointment too late, they still charge you.
Customer, that's fine. Come and get it. So I quickly drove to the address.
See? I had to go. I could not get an appointment at my normal doctor's place.
Okay.
And my breathing is tough and it really sucks not to be able to breathe. But there's a little private clinic that we went to. I said, your insurance may not cover this. And, right at this moment, I don't care.
Yeah, I just need to breathe. Thank you.
You do what you need to do, and we'll cover you.
Yeah, we got you.
Anything short of a lung transplant, I should be good.
I quickly drove to the address, armed with my usual equipment, to meet the petrified client who rushed me into the backyard and pointed toward a
Kevlar
little
body armor, hand grenades.
Yeah, I would think phosphorus grenades. You want to burn the thing?
I want to chunk him.
Pointed toward a little wading pool for kids. I moved toward it carefully, and to my shock, it was the customer's garden hose.
Oh, that's not funny. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's
He didn't want to pay, but he also didn't like it when I pulled out one of the boxes from my car with a 6-foot eastern brown snake in it and told him I needed a place to relocate the snake to. The cash appeared quickly after that.
The Australians don't need courts. They just use common sense and, a little extortion. But really, if you're stupid enough to call about your garden hose, should you really be owning a home?
Yeah. And should you really have any money?
I mean, shouldn't you actually be, I don't know, somewhere where adults can watch you? All right. I don't have a snake story, but it's icky.
Okay.
Small things can lead to big consequences. My wife knows this. We got a great example of that I'm not very tall. I'm actually shorter now, by the way.
We all are.
I started off short, and now I'm shorter.
Yep. Wayne Shorter, the long distance runner?
I can because whenever we take, like the golf things, you always take pictures.
Yeah.
I was always the shortest.
Yeah.
Now I'm noticeably the shortest. All things can lead to big consequences. A great example of that last week. An Austrian, not Australian, Austrian supermarket issued a swift emergency evac order because of
snakes on a plane.
Spider.
Oh.
Why would snakes on a plane bother a supermarket?
Well, if the plane was crashing.
You don't think they'd have a bigger problem than the snakes?
Not in my view.
This was not... Man, point. This wasn't just an ordinary 8-legged creepy crawly either, though.
It was a mutant?
I mean, really. If it was a normal looking spider, what would you do? Stomp.
Right.
Problem solved.
Done and dusted.
The initially mysterious arachnid, rather large in size, was identified as a Brazilian wandering spider. Well, earned his name, didn't he? She.
It.
One of the world's deadliest spiders, its highly venomous bite causes a fascinating list of symptoms which can lead to death. My favorite symptom was hours-long erections. So I would call the Brazilian wandering spider Viagra.
How long does it take you to die, just in case? I mean,
Well, see, I think the high blood pressure, the swollen limbs, and the pain might take all the fun out of the one that looks
well, then
entertaining.
never mind.
Yeah. Although for you, it might be the same thing. Not wanting to subject its clientele or staff to, the fatal.
Mhm.
The store quickly ordered everyone to evacuate.
Oh.
The store then stayed closed for the next 2 days for a comprehensive swipe. Swipe?
Swipe.
See, in America, we call it a comprehensive sweep to despiderize the store.
That's right.
The spider, by the way, was discovered in a box of, because every late night comedian needs more help, in a box of bananas. And
Snake crawled in and said, "Hey, this is familiar territory."
its other nickname is the banana spider.
Nice.
The store is now reopened. Management assures everyone there's no risk of running into any Brazilian wanderers yet. And I thank you for that. Yet the operating company did admit they haven't actually found the spider that was in the store. They didn't actually find the spider, which means
It's still there.
that's what that means. I mean, spit it out in English, you Austrian. Spit it out in Austrian, you
English.
Austrians.
Yeah.
No, they're in Europe. They all speak English here. You just have to yell it.
Andy Malkinson spent
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Vlad.
spent 17 years in a British prison for a sex crime. Before DNA evidence connected to another man in the crime,
Uh-oh.
and a court freed Malkinson. However, and please forgive me, but the Brits can just stop acting so freaking superior.
I don't think they can.
Under British law,
I just don't think they can stop.
Malkinson would have to pay the government for housing and feeding him for 17 years.
I want my attorney now.
Yeah, exactly. Under the Criminal Appeal Act of 1995, prisoners who are freed after being found to have been wrongfully convicted have to pay back such costs from any compensation they receive. Justice Secretary Alex Chalk later announced that the rule would be scrapped, but would not commit to reimbursing any previously wrongfully convicted Brits whose compensations had been reduced.
And let the free-for-all begin.
That dick.
Right now, there are British attorneys just drooling
Right?
all over their writs and habeas corpuses. And
That's right. I think so.
we wrongfully convicted you, but we're not paying you. You have to pay us. Well,
As a matter
no,
of fact-
actually, we should pay you. We should pay you £300 million. But oddly, it took £299,999,922 to house you. So
And then once he pays it back, it's what? No tip?
I get $8. Well, that would be a little short on the tip. Up to you.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.